As some of you may be wondering, beside politics, did members of the National Assembly have time for anything else? Well, members of the House of Representatives actually looked at other issues apart from politics, namely the security concerns in the country, such as the clash between Fulani herdsmen and cattle rearers. Watch. This matter was one of the several matters of urgent national importance that was considered this week. It was a motion on the need to review the report of the Presidential Committee on the Resettlement of Displaced People from the Bakassi Peninsula. According to a lawmaker that sponsored the motion, the report is due to be implemented in the 2014 budget.
The House notes that the report by the Presidential Committee submitted to the Vice President does not include the planned resettlement of the original inhabitants of Bakassi Peninsula, who are peoples from Ijaw origin, Ibibios, the Obolos, the Lajes, the Eket people, the Okobo people, and the Igbo traders who resided in Bakassi Peninsula. The peoples identified above constitute the majority of people displaced by the ceding of Bakassi Peninsula to the Republic of Cameroon. The House is aware that the implementation of the report has been proposed in the 2014 appropriation bill.
He asked that the Minister of Justice be urged to take legal action against the Republic of Cameroon for breaches of human rights laws relating to the unfair treatment of some of these Nigerians. Other members also contributed to the motion.
Mr. Speaker, in this House we passed a motion that the issue of Bakassi should be revisited. As we speak, they said 10 years or so had passed. If we must live with the fact that Bakassi has been ceded to Cameroon, proper thing must be done. If the National Assembly commences the process of domesticating this treaty, I can assure you all these issues will be addressed. We will be able to identify who are the original inhabitants, who want to be Nigerians, who are choosing to be Cameroonians.
The appropriate thing, in my own opinion, to do now is to call on the House relevant committee to now invite the Presidential Committee and investigate this issue. It is very fundamental that certain citizens have been deprived of certain privileges which they ought to gain from the government. And when the committee now comes out with a report and find and establish this as a statement of fact, Mr. Speaker, it's only natural that the two other prayers will come up from that recommendation, which is to cause them to revisit it, of course, and give everybody the sense of belonging, and also cause the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where it's also dictated that some of our citizens have been suffering unduly from the government of the Cameroonian government.
Mr. Speaker, it is good to remind us once again that what affects one affects all. So it will be necessary for this Honorable House to support this motion ably moved by Honorable Uwak to compel the Presidential Committee to really do the needful.
The motion was then amended and passed.
Those in support of the motion as amended should please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it.
The House Committee has been mandated to investigate the matter and the mission of these people. The committee is to submit its findings to the House within 4 weeks. The House has also urged President Goodluck Jonathan to convene a meeting of various ethnic groups in the country to find a resolution to the incessant crisis between herdsmen and farmers in the country. This resolution followed a motion by a lawmaker, Sunday Karimi, in which he drew attention to the increasing cases of attacks and counter-attacks that has led to the death of hundreds of people.
The House also notes that these attacks have assumed a dangerous trend as they have become more rampant in the recent times without any sign of going down. The House further notes that one in the series of such conflicts occurred on 3rd January 2014, during which the Emir of Jere in Kaduna State, Dr. Usman Sahad, who is also the husband of Senator.
Honorable colleague.
almost lost his life and now lies critically ill in a hospital after he was brutalized while trying to mediate between the warring parties. The House also notes that within the last 30 days, over 100 lives have been lost on account of these needless attacks and counter-attacks.
The House has condemned the killing and has also urged government at all levels to implement recommendations of past committees set up to investigate the issue. Meanwhile, an ad hoc committee of the House of Representatives has been mandated to investigate a recent bomb explosion in Maiduguri, Borno State that killed about 50 people and injured almost 100 others. The House has also urged its National Security Advisor, the Inspector General of Police, and other security chiefs to set up a committee that would investigate the causes of the incident. These resolutions were adopted from a motion sponsored by lawmakers from Borno State who said the explosion was unexpected after nearly months of peace in the city. Meanwhile, in the Senate, a federal lawmaker took his empowerment program to his constituency.
There is no local government that has not benefited from the siting of one project or the other, or the employment of one person or two persons. We have these projects on ground, we are still counting, because in the coming years, more projects are built for our people. What of note is our fervent desire to ensure that sooner than later, the infrastructural capacity of the West Central Zone will not only significantly appreciate.
Now, this is where we draw the curtains for this week's edition of The Gavel. If you have any views or opinions on any of the issues discussed, please email us on thegavel@channelstv.com. Thank you for staying with us and see you again next week.